not the 1% that's the problem. We are the problem. It's 100%. Okay, it's not 99 versus 1. It's 100%. There's just one humanity, one global super organism called humanity, the one world mind, whatever term you want to call it. Some people call it God. It's just humanity is one hive mind, and that's why these globalists are so keen on collectivism and regimenting the mass consciousness using propaganda.
Absolutely. This is why I believe so vehemently in doing the inner work, right? Working on ourselves, our own consciousness, and essentially spreading the good news, as going back to like the days of the Gospels or whatnot. I mean, obviously a lot of that also has been manipulated by Masons. What is it? The King James version of the Bible. I mean, all of these things are, in a sense, doctored, right? These are doctored scripts, but we're here to basically spread information and awareness, hopefully to shift and help the consciousness be guided, right? Because that's what's happening. As I said, the collective conscious and the collective unconscious are both, at work here, at play here, and there is an awakening that's taking place. People are starting, there's like this sort of 100th monkey thing, right? Where it's like, you mentioned the dollar bill. How did the people figure out the $20 bill having the 9/11 thing on it? Who was the first person to come up with that, or did someone leak it? And then
funny enough, right? People think I'm making it up when I have told my personal story, but I remember, Sean, that summer in June, July, August, right before the September attacks in 2001, there was kids in my classroom in 8th grade. I actually skipped a grade, so I should have been going into 8th grade, but I was going into 9th grade. So I was just in the right place at the right time to witness the 9/11 attacks. But I remember in that transition between 8th grade that summer of 2001 and 9th grade, there was kids in my 8th grade classroom folding up the $20 bill, showing me the Twin Towers on fire, saying there's about to be a big attack on the Twin Towers. So were those kids all CIA agents? And a bunch of people have already accused me of making this up, but you can't make this stuff up. It was even in the New York Daily News. It was in the New York Post, how kids in Brooklyn were telling their teachers that World War III is going to start next week, and you should watch out for the World Trade Center. So how did they know? Are they all CIA, Mossad agents? No, it's just people had an uncanny feeling that something was amiss. And that's how I knew about it as a kid, because I wasn't aware of it at the time, but all the brainwashing, right? And the kids' cartoons. When I actually saw the attacks happen in person, Sean, I thought to myself, didn't I see this just last Saturday on a Fox Kids Saturday morning kids cartoon? Didn't I just see this on X-Men or Spider-Man or one of these things? And that's exactly what it was. You go back in the archives and you see all of this predictive programming, as it's called, for 9/11 specifically on Fox Kids cartoons. It wasn't just The Simpsons and The Lone Gunman. There's all these cartoons wherein the particular plot, sometimes it's that specific. They fly a plane into the Twin Towers. Sometimes there's a specific 9/11, 2001, the whole date flashes subliminally in the background. So I didn't know about this, but all I knew is as I was watching the second plane come in and the two towers on fire, it activated all of these unconscious archetypes in my mind. And I immediately grasped the fact that this was clearly a sacred story that was being told. Because I already at that point had a very good education. I had a private school education. So we already knew about ancient Egypt and about ancient Rome. We were very well versed in Thomas More, utopia, ethics, aesthetics. I knew the whole kit and caboodle about the New World Order, Brave New World, 1984. I just couldn't believe that what I actually was witnessing was an actual New World Order takeover in real life, and that they were so arrogant, they actually branded it 9/11.
Yeah,
so these people are damn good at what they do. That's all.
They're arrogant. They're increasingly arrogant, right? I mean, that's why they're coming out and basically telling you in your face. I mean, what's happening now? It's like, well, we know the vaccines don't work, but you still must take them.
Right.
The Great Reset is coming. You have no free will. We're gonna be able to put chips in you and tell you what to do. This is the end of the myth of free will. It's a myth. I mean, they're telling you this stuff straight out now, right? I mean, it's just so crazy that, but again, I think what you're getting at is something really interesting. I always believe with consciousness, you talk about how they put these things into films, TV shows. I remember G.I. Joe actually had an episode where they fly a plane into a tower, landing, and then the tower collapses and it's actually a space station. The point is that when, in a way, I believe that the dark magicians, what they do is actually planting the seeds because they know humans are so powerful. Our minds are so powerful.
Right.
As you said, collectively, that we actually manifest it. So when they plant stuff
Yeah.
in there, and as a collective, and they create that fear in the human mind, all of a sudden we're going to manifest. It's like the shadow on the wall that basically it's only a shadow until all of a sudden your energy, you give it the energy, and all of a sudden it manifests into that which you fear. I think that's really what they're doing with this stuff, is planting things to help, because they know we have the power to manifest it into reality.